I want to eat the best burger in Singapore, and that brought me to Shake Shack, probably the world's third most popular burger chain, to try their Double Shack burger. Well, Shake Shack needs no introduction. I believe most of you should have tried their burger before, which is also why I chose this to be the last featured burger of the series, to use it as a benchmark of sorts. The beeper went off and I went to collect my burger, and it's so picturesque. I can almost see the assembling protocol behind it. It's Burger Photography 101 that you always push the ingredients towards the show side. You would think that the burger is like this, straight up. But more often in food photos, the condiments are all biased towards one side. The fact that they incorporate this into the product itself goes to show the amount of R&D that has gone into the burger. So I bit into it, and the first thing that hits is definitely this oily, rich beef fat flavor. It is Shake Shack's most signature flavor in my opinion. It smells exactly as if you're rendering the fat side of a sirloin steak. They might have cooked the patty or toasted the bread with extra beef fat. It feels like an abnormal amount of beef fat, especially for a smashed patty. If we have any ex-Shake Shack employees watching this, or anyone who has an idea where this flavor comes from, please let me know, smiley face. Speaking of which, Shake Shack is a smash burger. Smash burgers are a style of burgers where the patty is smashed into the griddle, creating this gorgeously seared crust that provides the maximum amount of caramelization. But at the same time, trading that for doneness, which means that you are less likely to get a juicy patty. The Shake Shack sauce is nice, although I believe the recipe is probably available online. And like we mentioned many times in this series now, there really isn't anything secret about secret burger sauces. Other than the patties, we have raw tomatoes, raw lettuce, decent buns, but otherwise very little character. Which brings me to the misses. It tastes very cheap. This sentiment comes primarily from the cheese, which tastes like plastic cheese, similar to your Kraft singles. This is not to say that it's bad. If anything, I believe more people might relate to this taste. But comparing it to the different cheeses I have had thus far, and the impact that a good cheese brings to a double cheeseburger, the gap is apparent. I believe at a certain point, there was a meeting where they had to decide whether to go with the cheaper cheese or something more gourmet. And their market research told them that people either prefer the cheaper taste, or the increase in satisfaction from using better cheese does not translate to profits proportionally. Raw lettuce, raw tomatoes, shack sauce, potato buns are all pretty cheap too, which is good for business. Shake Shack is a business marvel more than it is a culinary one. In order to grow a burger business worldwide, 1. You need a product that is acceptable to most markets, which means you need basic flavors that are relatable to most cuisines. You cannot have pickles or any sharp flavors like raw onions. You cannot have spiciness. You need the most likable, vanilla, mainstream burger ever. Then you market the product the best you can, taking care of things like hype, looks and whatnot. And then 2, you need a fat profit margin in order to scale for expansion. A smash patty is ideal because it's maximum flavor, minimum volume, which translates to lower cost. If I were to break down the cost of ingredients, we are looking at potato buns, 50 cents, 2 slices of raw tomatoes and lettuce, almost negligible. I want to say 80 grams of beef per patty, which makes 160 grams, $15 per kg, which makes $2.40. 2 slices of plastic cheese, maybe 30 cents. Shack sauce, 1 tablespoon, almost negligible. And the butter to cook with or some kind of fat, about 20 cents. Very minimal amount of cooking, very little amount of prep. It is viciously cost efficient. To put things into perspective, Shake Shack is a fast food burger joint that cooks their patties on the spot. It's not good, it's not bad either. It definitely has its place, but does it have the best burger in Singapore? So verdict, 1 burger, I'll go and have this burger if I happen to be within walking distance. 2 burgers, I'll take a couple of bus rides to have this burger. And 3 burgers, I'll have this burger no matter where I am in Singapore. And Shake Shack is 1 burger. It is a solid basic burger that has had the power of the corporate world pump through its veins. I can almost smell the emails that were sent and the coffees that were drank. The result is a very competitively priced, very aesthetic, very hyped up, and extremely well marketed product. Does this mean it's bad? Of course not. But I'm just about as attracted to it as I am to McDonald's or Starbucks. And that is all I have for you guys this time. Like the video if you liked it, disliked it if you disliked it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.